Going live. Okay, perfect. Hi everyone. So today we're gonna do a bit of a more gentle kind of stretchy, also because here at least it's early in the morning, so it's a good way for me to wake up. I'd recommend putting on some chill music. You said like peas in a pod, kind of also play on words in the sense of like a peaceful vibe, but also social distancing doesn't mean again that we have to necessarily be isolated. And let me just adjust the camera so you can see the mat. Yeah, that seems more or less right. Okay, we're gonna get started. So, getting started, back to your mat in a cross-legged seated position. If you want to put on some nice, relaxing music, go for it. I'm recommending something peaceful, but it can be with instrumentals or audio or not. Placing your hands on your knees and rolling the shoulders back. And a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Just keep rolling the shoulders. You should roll the head to the left in a circle. On the exhale, switch sides and roll to the other side. So in this cross-legged seated position, make sure, shoulders are rolled back. Your back is straight, your core is relatively engaged. Your hands can be planted on your knees or down by your ankles. We're just going to first start with breathing a little bit. So take a deep inhalation. Feeling the lungs expand, and a deep exhalation. Slowly and controlledly releasing the air. You're going to now breathe in for a count of 5, hold for a count of 4, and then release for a count of 5. So get ready for the inhalation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. And release for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So keep this inhalation, exhalation movement going now. 3 more times on your own. Really trying to focus on your own breath, your own body, maybe noticing what areas today need special attention. Start releasing into normal breathing, inhaling and exhaling at a gentle rate in and out through the nose. So extend your legs wide in front of you in a V position. You can be as wide as you need or want, so it can be a bit wider or a bit more closer together. Plant your hands behind your back. Push out, really opening up the chest, looking slightly up. Rolling the head again. Side to side. Rolling, really pushing up. Deep inhale and a deep exhale. Now coming forward with your hands in front of you. Placing your left hand across your left knee. Trying to curve and so that your back and your hips are facing the left knee. So look at your left big front toe. Just slightly lean forward and walk forward. And a slight bobbing in and out motion. Stretch out that side back. Hold at the bottom, take a deep inhale. And deep exhale, go a bit deeper. Inhale, deep exhale, a little bit deeper. And slowly crawl your way back to the top. Roll the shoulders back one more time. Now slowly crawl forward. Looking down. Maybe grasping the floor and pulling yourself a bit up. A bit of a mid-back stretch in there. Walking back forward. Now opposite leg, so bringing your right hand outside your right leg. Slightly shifting and twisting to the side so your hips and your front body and your chest are facing the right leg. Focusing on the big right toe. Deep breath in, straighten the back. And deep breath out. Walk a little bit forward, focusing on that toe. And roll the shoulders back a little bit. Ensure that you really have the chest facing that leg. Deep inhale. Exhale, walk a bit further. You slightly bob up and down a little bit. And a bit further. Now hold it. With each inhalation, each exhalation, try to go a little bit deeper. Not too far. We're not doing this on a super warmed up body, so your flexibility might not be as extensive as it normally is. And deep inhalation, crossing forward, looking slightly up. And slowly crawling back to center. Now bringing the heels of the legs together to fall open into the butterfly stretch. So your knees are falling out to the side. Clasping onto your feet. Giving them a little bit of a massage. Kind of engage them for any standing work we might do today. But it's all very gentle right now. We're kind of having a moment to center ourselves and just breathe. Start slowly butterflying the legs, so moving them up and down, little small motions. Okay, pause that motion. Your two peace fingers grasping onto your two front toes. Again, kind of shifting up and down, the straight back, and always with an open chest. So always roll the shoulders back, keep the chest open. I'm rolling to the left, doing a bit of a side stretch. Coming forward with the body. Some circular motion to the other side, holding it there. And now rounding the back, as you come back, almost pulling yourself, creating resistance within your own body. Coming back to center now, straightening the back as you pull yourself up. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation, now lean to the right side. Slowly come forward. Inhalation, maybe try and come a little bit more forward than last time, looking down at the floor. Now leaning over to the left. Curving the spine as you come back. Your cat's position. And then pulling at your toes to come back to straight back. Nice. Again, putting your legs out in front of you. Your feet on the floor. Having your hands planted behind you to kind of help keep you up. Just letting the legs fall from side to side in a windshield wiper motion. Massage the butt a bit and also stretch out the back. So you're holding on one side. Inhalation. Exhalation, taking it over to the other side. And back to center. Now bringing your body back fully onto your mat. Putting onto your knees. Walking back, bringing down your elbows onto a mat. And your knees and your feet are planted. Clasping your two hands together. And just kind of shifting up and down. Until you can come back into a puppy pose. This is like a somewhere between a dolphin pose or downward facing dog and a child's pose. And just looking up at your hands, feeling the stretch in your mid-back. Deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. Going slightly forward, planting your hands. We're going to do a thread the needle early today, so bringing your left hand to the center of the mat and reaching the right hand up to the sky, looking up at your hand, maybe waving upwards. And diving across the chest down, and then taking the left hand up to the top of the mat, as if you just thread a needle. Maybe looking up at your hand. And gentle twist on the back. Deep inhalation. And deep exhalation. One more time. Deep inhale. And the deep exhale. Coming back to center. And switching sides. So coming on, bringing your right hand to the middle of the mat. Opening up the left hand, looking up at the sky. Waving hello to the day, or in this case, it's still the day in Europe as well. And then diving it down, across the chest, to allow for the hand and the shoulders to rest on the ground as the right hand reaches up overhead. And you maybe lean a bit more into the left shoulder as well, to really feel that nice, gentle stretch on your back. Deep inhalation. And deep exhalation. Deep inhalation. And another deep exhalation. Coming back to center. Bring your hands slightly more in front of you. Now we're going to be kind of doing a extended cat-cow in circular motion, where you come down towards your heels and then circle up, so you're almost in a low kind of both are upward facing dog. Knees side to side, drawing your knees, and then coming back down, back up, switching directions and moving towards the left side. Really going at your own pace. Today is all about just being aware of our bodies and giving them a little gentle stretching and love and give it a peace. Okay, now coming forward, your hands are extended. You're in a low cobra. Kind of pushing out, getting your back of respect, rolling again the shoulders back to open up the chest as you slightly look up. If you looked back at your left foot, you slightly tilt the hips to the other side. And then switch sides, looking at the right now, slightly tilting. And now just like tilt back and forth a little bit here and there. You can make this movement very fast, or you can just go at a slow pace. Nice, one more time holding at the top, just look up, maybe push out a little bit more. Deep inhale. And then the exhale, rounding the back, coming onto your knees. Coming slightly up onto your mat. There are different progressions to do the stretch now. It's depending on your flexibility. So trying to bring your knees together and your feet apart. So your bum is resting on the mat. You already might feel a little bit of a stretch here in the front calves. This is already feeling a stretch. Maybe just shift up and down and make little circles just to feel that stretch really in your upper thighs. This is very effective. If you want to go a bit further, maybe taking the hands back. Again, opening up the chest, just coming back a little bit more. When you go even further, you can bring your come down onto your elbows and just rest here. Or if you want to go into full pose, you lie down and clasp your elbows behind your back. You're feeling that stretch. So your bum really should be on the ground and your feet should be outside and your knees together. They're kind of forming a V. Just lie here now for a little bit, or if you're in any of the other modifications, find a space within you're comfortable, but still feeling that stretch. Take a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. Deep inhalation and exhalation. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And a deep release exhale. Depending on where you are, slowly using your elbows, come back up, seated, extending your legs along in front of the mat, hands behind you, and just again letting the legs kind of fall from side to side. Release them, and also release the back a little bit from that pose. Bringing now the legs in front of you, planted, feet on the floor, knees bent. Pushing the butt back a little bit so you're sitting up, straight back. Clasping your hands underneath your knees so that each hand is holding onto the upper arm. On inhale, open up the chest, straighten the back. And you exhale, round the spine, looking down at your belly button. Back up on the inhale. And on the exhale, round. Inhale up. And exhale down. Hold it here a little bit. Again, maybe just shift from side to side. And come up. Releasing your hands behind you. Extending the legs. You can just stay here and kind of look up. Or you can come into a reverse plank and also stretch out the back a little bit this way. Letting the head fall back. Inhale. And shifting again to one side. Letting the hips fall. And to the other side. Back to center. One more time. Maybe push out a little bit more. And come down. Shake out the knees a little bit. Now looking at your legs, which are extended in front of you, start circling the feet outwards. So you're really pointing as you come out, and then flex towards you as you come in. So really be aware of those muscles, and those ankles, and your toes, and your calves as you flex inwards. Really focusing on your feet. Now switch directions. You just circle the right leg now. Keeping the other one flexed towards you. Switch. Circling the left one. Keeping it flexed. Both legs flexed, maybe just going outwards. So no circles, just really, and keeping that whole leg under tension. It's a bit of an awkward moving, but trying to just come inwards. Pulsing the legs so the toes are almost touching. Now just reach out, point, flex towards you. Out and inwards. One more circle outwards. And one more circle in the other direction. So shaking at the toes a little bit. And each individual toe, a little bit of attention. Maybe say hi to the left pinky toe, maybe to the right index toe. That's what it's called. And release. Coming back into a seated position. Remember, back always straight and chest always open, so roll back one time. Taking your hands out in front of you, just start rolling the wrists outwards. Really try to exaggerate this motion so you feel it in the entire way. Reverse those circles. Hold it, maybe try opening and closing the hand. Pulsing. Now with your hands in the fist, take them out to the side. So doing some opening back circulations with the whole hand. Always inhaling as they meet at the top, and exhaling as they come down. Switch directions. Maybe feeling this open up the chest, and also maybe because you're keeping your arms under tension, this should also be a bit of a arm work. Now just pulsing outwards, just flinging the hands back. And then hugging yourself. Again, lean over to one side. Maybe giving yourself a massage between the shoulders. Your hands can reach there. And back to center. Other side. Again, a little bit of massage behind the shoulder blades. To center. Unravel the arms, making them look up one more time, just reaching up. And just rainbowing the hands behind you. Come out the floor. Again, planting your feet in front of you. Shift the weight upwards so you can come up to standing. Again, now facing the side of your mat. Hands at the hips. And just shift from side to side, always lifting one leg. Switching to the other. Now on your left, bringing all the balance onto the left foot. Start drawing little circles with the opposite leg. Keeping the toes flexed. It's going to feel that a little bit in your glutes. And you're going to have to engage your core to hold your balance. So look at one spot. Your foot should not be coming to the ground. It should be staying in the air as it's doing its circles. Inhale and exhale as you come back. Holding the foot in front of you. Again, flex, really keeping the foot flexed towards you. Just pulse upwards. Taking it behind, pulsing backwards. And now bringing the knee up and circling it outwards. Just opening up those hips. Inhale up, exhale out, twist. Switching direction, wee. And coming to center, shaking that out a little bit. Switching onto your legs, bringing your weight and your attention now to the right leg. Replanting the foot, making sure that all four corners of the feet have balance and weight on them. Lifting up the leg. And draw little circles with it. Keeping it off the floor, maybe slightly bending the knee that you're standing on. Focusing in one spot. Reverse circles. Bring the knee out in front of you and just pulse upwards. And bring it behind you, shifting the weight a bit forward and pulse backwards. Inhalation and exhalation, coming back to center. Shaking out both knees again. Now again, shifting the weight from side to side, always coming onto our pinky toes at the side. While you're doing this, start twisting from side to side. Elbows bent. Really getting into that back. You're now just really swinging the arms as well to more of a big motion and really twisting more. Inhalation and an exhalation. Inhalation and an exhalation. And then slowing down movement. Just kind of, again, shifting from side to side. Start like shaking hips a little bit around. Really feeling that curve. Switch directions. Almost like a little hula dance, if you want to do a little bit of hula dancing motions. Kind of motivate yourself through this, but it's actually a really nice gentle way to kind of warm out and stretch out the body. Now opening the legs wider apart. Shifting a bit the hips to the right side. Maybe turning the left foot a little bit out. So you're in kind of a semi-warrior two position. Try to keep your heels aligned. Bending into the left knee. Shifting forward with the left hand. And coming down into an extended side angle. Really using as well the other leg as a prop to kind of lean your back against. And extending the right hand up, look up. Breathe in and breathe out. If you want to go for the bind, half bind, so reaching the right hand around your back to clasp onto your knee, you can do that as well. So you kind of pull yourself back. You can also just stay in the extended side angle. If you want, you can also extend your leg in front of you. Push a bit more into the hand. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation, bending into the knee, coming back to center into that warrior two. Looking out in front of your hand, bending a little deeper into the leg. And exhaling, extending the leg. Inhaling, bend. Exhaling, extend. 3 more times. Really tensing the glutes at the top. Remember, your hips are pointing outwards. But you're looking forward. Next time at the bend, hold. Reaching forward with the hand, flipping the palm and coming back into a peaceful warrior. Letting your hand come onto your upper thigh or your calf. As long as it's not on the knee. And bending a bit more into the front leg. Try to look up your hand. Really feeling that back stretch. And using your core, squeeze it to come back up to center. Extend the leg. Now turning the foot back to face the side of the mat so your feet are parallel to each other. Slightly pigeon toe your feet. So that means in your feet, your toes to point inwards and your heels to point outwards. You kind of look like a pigeon. Lean forward, pushing the butt back, looking in front of you. Stay here for 1 inhalation. 1 exhalation, maybe releasing the hands in front of you. Your fingers are tented, so you can use that to come into look forward a little bit and extend the back. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation, maybe bending your elbows to try to bring you a bit closer to the back and just let your head hang. You can stay here. You can try to clasp your 2 elbows as well and just swing from side to side. So we're in an extended forward fold right now. Or you can also grab onto your 2 toes, your ankles. Try to pull yourself a little bit more to the pose. The aim is to get the head to the mat eventually. That is a long-term goal as well. And that changes every day as well. Sometimes you can do it, some other days you can't. Just listen to your body. Coming back, your hands planted in front of you. Bring your left hand to the center of the mat. And extend the right hand up. Doing a side twist, looking up at the hand. Breathing up at the sky or the ceiling. Coming back down, switching the other side. Back to center. And rolling the shoulders, really extending the back, looking forward. Turning the feet outwards. So now you're kind of in a plie position, bending the knees. And slowly rolling upwards. Rolling the shoulders back. Again, shifting maybe the hips from side to side. Now we're going to go into the other side. So turning the left leg so that the heel, the foot is parallel to the back of the mat. And turning the front leg in this case, so the right leg forward. Bending into the knee into a warrior two. Remember your hips are facing me. In my case, I'm facing you. Extending the arms alongside of you as really as if you're opening up the chest to give someone a massive hug. I wish I could give all of you guys hugs right now. Really extend the arms as if they're trying to reach for one another. Bending into the knee on the inhalation. And on the exhalation, extend it. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Really squeezing those glutes at the top. Do 3 more times. Extending that leg. Then shifting the hips backward. Bending the leg and coming down into an extended side angle. Looking up onto your left hand. Deep inhale. And a deep exhale, maybe by going for the spine. And looking up. Or just try extending the leg as well. Coming onto tented fingers. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation, bend the knee if you were in extended side angle. Again, extend the knee and coming back into that pigeon toe position. Hands at the hips. Leaning to the left. Squeezing the core to come to center. Leaning to the right. Easing the core. Rolling the shoulders back again. One more time. Folding forward. This time, maybe clasping the hands behind your back and trying to let them fall over your head. Get a bit more into there as well. Doesn't matter how far they fall down. Let it relax and suppose. Taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. One more time, deep inhale. And a deep exhale, letting the hands come to the floor. Pushing the floor. Rounding, turning the legs into free position so the toes are facing outwards, the feet are facing inwards. Bending, bringing them a bit closer together. So now you're in a kind of low squat position and just twisting from side to side. Your elbows are pushing into your knees to open them up a little bit. And coming all the way down onto our bum. Now turning the body again to the side. And extending one leg. And shifting a bit forward. We're going to go into a kind of Ashtanga style forward folds now. So your left leg bent and your right knee extended and flexed. Using your left hand as an anchor to your back to keep your back straight. Reaching up the right hand, look up. And now twisting the body from the core to the left side. Bringing elbow to knee and pushing out of your knee, looking back. Inhalation, pushing into your back hand to really extend the back. On the exhalation, twist more. Bring back to center. Switching on to the other side. So now sending the left leg and bending the right leg. Left hand up to the sky on the inhale. And on the exhale, curving, bringing the left hand to the right knee, using your right hand to push you out of the mat, and then pushing into the knee with your left arm, and looking back. Inhalation, push, and straighten your back, and exhalation, twist. And back to center. Release the legs in front of you. Again, bringing your left leg into the chest, but this time coming into a figure four. So bringing your left ankle onto your right above your right knee, on your right thigh. Form a figure four. Again, reaching the left hand up and leaning forward, trying to grasp the toe. And then as well, the other hand on that toe. And just slightly coming up and down a bit. Pulsing, feeling that stretch in your right leg, back leg. You can maybe just lean forward and just bring your head down and shift from side to side. Each inhale, extending the back a little bit. On each exhale, maybe trying to come forward a little bit. And just keep the rocking motion side to side going. Rounding the spine, coming up to center very gently. Not shock our bodies. Sending the legs and switching over to opposite sides. Now bringing the right ankle up to right above the left knee. Not on the knee, but above it. So pushing down a little bit. Bounce your leg. And now bringing the hands to clasp the foot. If you can't reach that far, you can always just go on the calf or the ankle. So try. Again, your back should be straight with this. You don't want to curve your back. And your core is engaged. So just slightly in front of you to start leaning forward. Maybe crashing onto the full foot if possible. And again, shifting from side to side. Always inhaling, exhalation, and just trying to bring the top body always a little bit forward. You should be folding from your hips. So you're not rounding your spine, folding really from the hips. Maybe looking down as well to your knee. Inhalation. And on the exhalation, slowly crawl your body back upwards. Extend both legs down in front of you. Again, giving knees a little bit of a shake up and down. Now shifting your glutes back, so you're sitting on your glute bones, so be on the bones. The lovely glutes back usually gets in the way. Again, pushing back to extend your back upwards, roll the shoulders back. And now slowly just walking forwards into a very basic classic forward fold. So you can come down as far as you want. And this really should be from the hips. So a lot of people, what they do is they just like round their spine and fling themselves forward to touch your feet. That's not that effective. You can actually end up damaging your back. It's actually much harder to keep the back straight, with the core engaged, and the hips really is where the fold is happening. So you're just folding forward and leaning forward. It's like as if you're bringing your chest forward, but your hips clasping and slowly leaning forward. And using your legs to crawl up until you reach your toes. There again, rounding the spine, straightening the back. And then maybe slowly trying, if possible, to bend, looking down. This is far enough for you, that's fine. You can come all the way down, or even bend your elbows, bring the chest to the upper thighs, go for it. Inhalation. And a deep exhalation. Walking back up. And coming into the seated position on your mat. And coming onto your hands and knees. to tabletop position. Again, your wrists should really be extended and planted. Your elbows, your shoulders should be slightly over your wrists, and your hips should be slightly over your knees. Again, rocking from side to side, giving those wrists a bit of a stretch. Now we're going to come into our classic cat-cow, pushing into the mat, looking up, and pushing the tummy down with the glutes up as you look up. And on the exhale, rounding the back into cat position, looking down at your knees, really feeling that stretch between your shoulder blades, and again, rounding down. Inhale. And exhale, round. Inhale, come down. You start doing circular motions with this. We're doing similarly in the beginning of the class, but it's a little more small and contained movement now. Coming to neutral. Now coming down again onto your elbows. Do something, and again shifting kind of just up from side to side. Now coming into a low plank, or you can also just stay on your knees, but if you don't mean low plank, and just shifting the hips from side to side. You can also do this if your knees on the floor, and shifting from there as well. And now extending back into dolphin pose. Again, you can just do the puppy pose again. And coming back down into a low plank. Knee and core. Back into a dolphin pose, so you're on your elbows, kind of going into downward dog motion. And coming forward. One more time, hold it at the top. And coming down again. Letting the legs just fall. Now paralleling, forming a kind of 11 with your forearms. Your fingers are facing forward, so you're in a Sphinx pose. So you can pull yourself forward. Just feel that in your lower back and open up the chest. Inhalation. And a deep exhalation. Now coming down, bringing your forehead to the mat. Clasping your hands behind your back. Rolling the shoulders back. Planting your feet. On the inhalation, coming up. And really pulling the hands back, bringing the chest up, looking forward. Doing a bit of a back stretch in there, but also engaging the core. With inhalation, exhalation, maybe pull back a bit more. And come down. Extending your hands alongside of you to face outwards. You're really giving the floor a big hug. Giving Mother Earth a big hug. In this case, again, lifting the legs bent and just shifting from side to side. Raise that back again. Sending the legs back alongside of you. Maybe try rolling onto your right arm. So you're coming a bit off your mat now. A bit of an arm stretch in there. Inhalation. Exhalation back to center. Ooh, this is hard to do. Here, girl, sometimes. And then switching to the other side. So turn your arm on your back. So you're kind of lying on top of your left shoulder. And back to center. Having your arms now with elbows bent. Your hands planted alongside of the mat, slightly wider. Your fingertips are tented as you roll the shoulders back and bring the body up one more time. Inhalation, and on the exhalation, come down. Planting the hand alongside of your arm. Now coming into a very rare downward facing dog. Doesn't matter if your feet don't hit the ground. Try to really maybe come up and down on heels, onto the tippy toes. Be walking up the dog a little bit. Always shifting from side to side. And now walking your feet very gently to the top of the hand, so you're in forward facing fold. Clasping your hands together and just letting your body shake from side to side. Bending the knees as you slowly roll back up, between each vertebra. Deep inhalation, extend the arms up to the sky, watching them touch. And then in a prayer position, bring your hands onto the chest. Deep inhalation, roll back your shoulders, and on the exhalation, release the hands alongside you. Just going to go into a little bit of balancing stuff now. Feel at peace and to feel relaxed, you have to feel balanced. You can stay here at the top of the mat. I'm just going to come here to the center to show you guys, but just try and stay at the top of your mat. So shifting all the attention to the left leg, lifting the right leg, and coming into a tree pose to start. Just kind of get our minds now broken up and a bit used to balancing. You're pressing the foot into the thigh. It can be up here, it can be down here, and here, as long as it's not on the knee, right? Whatever's comfortable for you. Focusing on one spot in front of you, engaging the core, rolling the shoulders back, and breathing. Once you find your balance, maybe clasp your hands in a prayer position at the chest. Inhale and exhale. You bring your hands up above you, facing to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Now extending your hands upwards if possible. Really feel as if you're a tree growing upwards, reaching up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, letting the arms butterfly behind you. Extending the leg in front of you now. Flexing it and coming back down. And again, just rolling out the knee a little bit outwards. Does it, even though it's a gentle pose, it does still put a bit of pressure onto our knees, so it's always good to release it. Now shifting the attention to the other foot, to the right foot, really get all four corners of the feet have a sense of grounding. Lifting up the left leg. Don't use your hands, try and see how high you can bring it. And twist it. And then at the end, I'm using your hands to help you out. Breathing. You're focusing on that point, making sure your back is straight. Your foot is really grounding into your thigh. And that the knees are really pointing outwards to open up the hips. Hands now at the chest in the prayer position, rolling back the shoulders. Inhale. And a deep exhale. A deep inhale. Hands up to the sky. Maybe reaching upwards. Inhale, maybe reach a bit more. And the exhale, just kind of letting your hands almost rain down alongside of you. Again, releasing knees, shaking out a little bit. Just really feeling gentleness. So now just bringing feet into a position, into a first position. So your heels together, your toes out, core is grounded, chest is open. Your hands can be on your hips or together in front of you in a peaceful position, whatever is more comfortable for you. And now coming onto your heels and coming back down, just slightly touching the ground as you come straight back up. Maybe pulsing our calves here a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. Just start pulsing upwards. Start feeling that a little bit in your glutes as well. Hold it at the top one more time. 3, 2, 1. Release and shake out the legs. Now we're good with that. We're going to now come into one more balancing pose. We're going to come into warrior 3. For this, planting your left leg. See all those foot planted. Reaching the right leg behind you. And slowly, your hands can be on your hips first for this. Bending the left knee a little bit as your body shifts forward. Trying to bring your chest parallel to the ground. You can also plant your hands in front of you to maybe give yourself a bit of support. Or you can bring your hands to prayer in front of you or bring your hands behind you. You're looking slightly forward in front of you, gauging the core. Breathing, always trying to bring the back leg a bit higher up. Inhale. And exhale in a smooth motion. Bring that leg now to the chest. Pulling it into the chest. Then release downwards. One more time, lean forward, but now coming with your hands onto the mat. If you want to stay here, that's fine. If you want to go into a reverse standing split, you can try to lift the leg up a little higher. If you're more advanced, you can also try and bring your left hand on your left calf, and then using your right hand as a pedestal, planting to the hand to really lift down. Nice, shifting back forward. And coming to center, planting the foot and shaking out the legs. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Never prevent yourself from getting dizzy. That might just be me. I've had enough coffee yet. That time it's getting quite windy. Okay, I'll let the wind pass a little bit. Okay, that's really nice. Okay, left foot. Now have all the attention in balance. Your hips are square. Shifting forward. So this is like as if your chest is face looking forward, and you slightly bend your knee. Coming into a warrior 3 on the other side. You need to plant your hands to help you go for it. You extend your hands behind you. Slightly as well. Extending, making sure your back is straight, looking in front of you at the spot. Inhale. On the exhale, bringing your knees to chest. Inhale again. Bring your hands onto the floor. Slightly bend the knee. You can come all the way as well into a standing split if that is available to you. Really reaching that leg up. And coming back down to center. Then mix in the forward fold. Bending the knees and rolling back up. Rolling. Moving those elbows backwards. Maybe shifting from side to side. Clasping the hands down behind your back. Flowing the shoulders, pulling down and looking up, opening up the chest. Shimmying the feet to the length points side of the mat. Bringing the heels out, the toes, heels inwards, the toes facing outwards. And halfway between the first and the second position. If any of you know at all what that means. For any dancers. Bending the knees, really pushing the back out. And coming down onto your butt. Now we're just gonna do a few last things before we come into a final short little meditation. Apparently it was World Meditation Day yesterday, so I could have done this yesterday. But what is time right now anyway? Okay. Grasping underneath your legs again, pulling your chest outwards, leaning back, and bringing your feet off the mat. So you're in a bow pose, using your hands to support you. Inhale, extending the legs as possible. Bending them, coming back down. Breath in, out, coming back. If available to you, take your hands off your knees. Lean back a little bit further. Inhalation. Exhalation, come back down. Again, coming back. Going into a boat. Again, you can always just stay at this. You're just progressing each time. And this time, extending the legs and leaning back even further into a low boat. Remember, your back is always straight and your core is always engaged. Inhalation. Exhalation. You can do this one more time. You can just go at any level, or you can join me and clasp in your using your 2 front peace fingers, clasp into your 2 front toes. So peace fingers that really help you with this. Lifting the legs up, you're still holding those, and then extending the knees and trying to stay here balanced. Inhaling and then exhaling, or just being in the fast and slow pose, any of the other variations. It's really hard to balance. One deep inhalation. And exhaling, coming back down. Again, and the legs windshield wiper from side to side. And coming in a cross-legged seated position again. Lowering the shoulders back. Kind of from side to side. We're going to do now a little bit of breath meditation before we go into our Shavasana. So, and kind of some final twists. So, if I don't make any sense, just breathe normally. But in this case, using your thumb and your hands into fists and extending your thumb and your pinky finger. It's kind of like in a surfer do motion. Now using your thumb to close one nostril. So in this case, my right thumb is closing my left nostril. Breathing in through the left nostril to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Holding it at the top, and then using the left pinky finger to close now the left nostril as the right one opens. And then breathing out on a count of 3 out of the other nostril. We'll keep shifting from nostril to nostril. I hope that makes sense. So again, just taking a deep breath in normally. Deep breath out through the mouth. A deep breath in. Closing your right nostril with the right hand. Breathing out on a count of 3 out of the left nostril. So 1, 2, 3. Closing the nostril, breathing in through the right. 1, 2, 3. Hold, closing the right nostril and breathing out through the left. 3, 2, 1. Closing it, breathing in through the right. 1, 2, 3. Hold and close. And 3, 2, 1. And just keeping this motion now going at your own pace. Making sure you hold it. Release and just breathe in and out normally, again on those counts of 3s for both nostrils. So in for 1, 2, 3, hold, and out for 3, 2, 1. Taking 5 breaths like this. Next inhalation, roll the shoulders back, straighten the spine as you exhale. Keeping the eyes open, again shifting from side to side. And now coming
Your legs are extended, coming onto our backs. We're just going to do one more supine twist. So bringing the right leg to the chest, pulling the knee in, and extending the knee out now to the opposite side. So you get a bit of gentle twist. Moving in, moving out. Switching to the opposite side. And feeling that stretch as you're twisting. Back to center. Moving both knees to the chest one more time, giving yourself a big hug, just rolling slightly from side to side. Deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Just extend everything, letting yourself come into Shavasana. Before we let our minds go entirely, I'd like everyone to focus on maybe something you're looking forward to next week, maybe something you're looking forward to today, anything, things you enjoy. Noticing how your body's feeling now, how your mind's feeling. How are you feeling in general? I mean, what do you need right now? What do you need after this practice? It's very simple. You might just be thirsty, or you might need some company. But just know that you took this time for yourself. Took this time to connect to both yourself, but also to the world. Because I mean, you joined in on this. Then deep inhalation. Letting the belly expand. And on the exhalation, letting yourself really just release into Shavasana, the most challenging pose of all. You have to now sit still. For a lot of us, at least when it's really hard, we'll lie still. And just breathing in and out normally. Just gonna lie here for a little bit. Letting the mind just wander. Just bringing mental concentration, mental attention to your toes. Focus on those toes. And slowly, as maybe shaking them a little bit. Right, release. And maybe the attention to the full foot, maybe doing 1 foot circle. Into the breath, release. Climbing up with your concentration onto your palms, maybe your knees, maybe shimmy them a little bit side to side. Release into your thighs. Your glutes, maybe just getting a little squeeze onto each glute. And up to your core, to your abs, to your abdominals. Give them a little bit of a squeeze. Inhale and exhale. Up to your chest. If you're like Dwayne Johnson, you can do little chest dances, go for it. If not, just inhale, really feeling expansion of your lungs and your chest. And exhale. And focusing now on the left fingers. You're taking in a little bit of a dance as well, a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a between. Whole hand, you do a little bit of a circle. Now planning with the attention to your elbows. And tensing those on the inhale. The exhale, release and relax. Focusing on your left shoulder. Just doing some different movement or tensing there. Relax. Onto the right fingertips, in a little bit of shape as you inhale. So relax. And maybe bring your hand into fist. Bring the whole hand. Relax. Inhale, focusing on the forearms. Focusing on the elbows. Focusing on your upper arms and your biceps. Maybe tensing them a little bit. Releasing. Onto the right shoulder, bringing that back. Both shoulders giving a little bit of a curve. Now coming onto your neck. Your upper back. You see if there's any tension there. Onto the back of your head, maybe rolling your head from side to side. Really feel a little bit of a stretch in your neck there as well, but very gentle. At the top of your head. Now to your forehead. And bring your eyes into your third eye, so it's space between your eyebrows, focusing your eyes there. But your eyes are closed, of course. Bring down to your nose. Inhaling through your nose. Maybe filling the nostrils a little bit. Exhale. Maybe massaging the eyebrows a little bit. Turning them. Touch the mouth. Turning the mouth a little bit to your jaw. Maybe opening the whole mouth fully into almost a lion's kind of breath. And your jaw a little bit of massage. So you're yawning. Into the ears. Focus on the ears. Maybe you can move the ears a little bit, or you have that really cool thing, the muscles that you can do, not just focusing on them. Maybe trying to listen to any sounds you can hear around you. Noticing. And just one more time, taking a deep inhale. Feeling the whole body relax. And on the exhale, just release. And deep inhale. Tensing up the whole body. You're squeezing everything into your body, into the face. And release everything on your exhale. Bring the knees into the chest. Rocking from side to side. And letting the knees fall off to the left side in the fetal position. One more deep inhale. Exhale, using the right hand to push you up. You come onto a seated position one more time. Cross-legged seats. Hands on the knees, rolling the shoulders back. Then maybe shifting from side to side. Doing whatever you need to do. Lifting the hands up, moving them touch palms to the top. Pushing up one more time. And bringing the hands down to the chest, bowing down. Thanking yourself for everything today. Remembering that any positive intentions and things you're looking forward to. Deep inhale. Exhale, namaste. Thank you guys. Wish you all a really, really lovely day. And yeah, if there are any more things you'd like to do next week. Also, if you guys are feeling in any way, you can always message me. And yeah, just how you like. Today was definitely more of a gentle, stretchy class. But yeah. Bye guys. How do you end this? There we go. And